Well, we had a wonderful experience with Julie. From the minute we walked into one of her open houses, we knew that she was going to be the one who was going to help us sell our house, and so we could move on into a new location. We left everything in her hands. It went beautifully from the minute we started. We were really at ease with everything that she accomplished along the way. She was very diligent, emailing and calling and texting us constantly with questions and suggestions, and everything really went beyond my wildest expectations. So when we hired Julie, we basically put everything in her hands, and she just ran with it, and we were just so pleased with the outcome of the whole process of getting our home that we lived in for 10 years, and really, our kids grew up in that house, and it really meant something for us to have it carried on and passed on to someone who we could really trust to live in it. And we didn't just want to get it just get rid of it and sell it. We wanted someone to come in and help us sell it to just the right people. And the way Julie took that information and made the house someone else's dream was just really a blessing for us. And we were never concerned about how things were going. Julie was very diligent about emails and phone calls and texts, and offering us all kinds of advice when we needed it, and getting our suggestions when we had things that we wanted to express. We even, down to the wire, when the sale was pending and we were still in escrow, we had a trip to Europe that we planned with, and there we were, away from the country for a week and a half, and Julie managed to still push through and get the house finalized. The only time she contacted us was really when she just needed our final approval. But it was just such a load off to know that we could just enjoy ourselves on our vacation, and know that she was back home doing what she does best. So when we were about to complete the process of selling the house, it was getting close to a deadline, a personal deadline, which was that we had this family trip to Europe planned, our first trip to Europe as a family, and we really couldn't not go or postpone it or anything. So we had to put all our faith in Julie that she would just take care of all the final details, and we just had to go. We couldn't not take this wonderful opportunity, this wonderful trip. So off we went, and we just told Julie, let us know if there's anything that we need to know about while we're gone. And she really did her best to try to keep us from having to worry about anything, or to have to make any hard decisions. She pushed us before we left to make sure that everything that we needed to do was done, and then she just took care of it all, and we were able to just relax and enjoy ourselves and enjoy the family trip. She only contacted us very few times when final decisions needed to be made and signatures were going to be needed, but really was just so nice to know that we could just take ourselves up and off to Europe, and not even think about, is this going to be done? Is that going to be done? It's like, no, of course not, because Julie's on it. She's been on it this whole time, and why should we think that it's going to change? And it didn't. She was fabulous to the end, until the final signature was on the paper.